No, that's what I love. I love how you just throw yourself into things as well. I have a great admiration for you. I think that um, because you could just have not pushed yourself and
Yeah.
have just stayed within your little bubble, not challenged yourself. But I absolutely love reading your posts because I just find it really inspiring how you push yourself. And beyond that, you're now helping others to understand to understand neurodivergence and how to deal with it, and how to I guess make it your best friend, would you say, and not something that you need to fight. And I have huge admiration for you. So thank you so much for agreeing to have a chat with me today. I'm super looking forward to it. Would you mind introducing yourself? Just a quick, I am Matt, and just what would you say you do?
Um, so yeah, I'm Matt. I was thinking about this beforehand. I was like, how do I introduce myself? I
If
am
somebody said, "What is it you do?" How would you describe that?
well, I'm a writer and
Mm.
I'm a neurodivergent coach. I hate the term life coach, but um yeah, I'm a neurodivergent coach and a writer
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
nutshell.
No, I love that. And I love how you write. I have discovered your Substack and I'm binging it because yeah, I
Yes.
just love I love how you express yourself. Honestly, keep going. Do keep going. And as you know, the reason that I said, oh, let's do a call, is because of one of your posts that I happened to read on a day when I was feeling exactly the same. And it was the one where you talked about just feeling a lack of meaning, and just feeling a bit overstimulated with the bombardment that we have of information and noise, as you called it, on a daily basis. And I thought, let's chat about that because I was feeling exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
What are you still feeling a little bit like that, or are you feeling a bit better
yes,
now?
definitely. I think
Okay.
so I mean I've got a page full of notes which I'm probably not gonna get through all of today,
Don't
but
worry.
um
I've got
I
notes
mean,
too. We'll be like looking at our notes.
yeah, I think the first thing I'll delve into, just to touch on the neurodivergent side of things,
Yeah.
is I think because I came from such a like a low beginning. I don't really know how to articulate that, but like because when I was younger, I know I've banged on about this on social media a lot, but like when I was younger, I had no confidence at all. I was a complete
Mm,
recluse. I never left the house. I didn't really, I mean, I had like a little group of friends at school, but like beyond that, there wasn't really a lot
mm,
going on. And I was quite lonely and quite anxious all the time. I didn't really understand the world. And so I think as I've grown older, and I kind of started to gain a bit of confidence. I don't even know how I did that, to be honest. It just kind of happened. I think I had a bit of a mental breakdown in my late 20s, and then started studying psychology and
mm,
just started working on myself. And then as I started to work out how to like talk to people and how to make friends and everything, I kind of had a bucket list, but it was a very simple bucket list. And that's kind of proved to be a bit of a, although it was really lovely, it's also been I got through it so quickly in like 2 years. Like
okay.
in terms of just like all the things that I wanted to do that I missed out on when I was a teenager, like going to gigs, going on nights out with my friends, going to like football matches, like doing things on my own, um, just challenging myself to just be an individual. And I mean, that was all lovely because I had like a period of time where I was just absolutely loving being able to do all of that while I was still young. Like I didn't like I think would have felt very differently if I got to maybe my 50s or something and
Yes.
and sort of started to do the things that I wanted to do when I was 20,
Yeah.
21. Um, and I felt so grateful just to be able to do that when I was in my early 30s. And the problem now is that I've kind of ticked off so many things off my initial bucket list that I'm just like, what next? And I guess that's a big because there's a load more to go into, but like, that's a big part of the lack of meaning that I feel now, I think, just because I'm just like, what next? What do I do now? I've got like I went to my second ever gig 2 weeks ago, and while we were we were on our way into town to just have a beer before the gig, and like we were seeing my favorite singer in the world. Like I've been a huge fan since I was maybe 18, 19, and
Who is it?
he's called Example.
Okay.
So it's always a bit hit and miss to whether people have heard of him because he went off the scene in like 2013, 14 sort of time because he left his major label and went independent. So
Mm.
no one's heard of him now. Um, but like I've met him once before, but then we were just in town. He just came out of a restaurant that we were nearby, and I was like, "Isn't that Example?" And then the sort of the sort of the fan inside me was just like
Yeah, starstruck.
going to get a
Yeah, yeah,
selfie.
yeah. Did you get a selfie?
I did.
Great.
I think I posted it. I think I posted it on LinkedIn actually. Um, but like yeah, I saw him and then we were sat in I think we went into Cozy Club afterwards and we were sat there with a drink, both of us completely speechless. And just like I'd met him once before thinking that was once in a lifetime. Like when I met him a few years ago. And then I was sat there thinking, it happened again. And then I was just thinking, I think I'm all right now. I think I've done everything. That's my life. That's my life now. Which is quite a depressing thing to say, but like, I was just like, I'm quite happy with my lot.
Well, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. I just want to go back to the bucket list. What made you decide to write what made you decide that that was something you wanted to do?
I don't think I really wrote a bucket list in the first place. I think it was just in my head, just thinking, there's all these things I never had the chance to do, or maybe told myself I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like we all know we're a story we tell ourselves, and maybe the story I was
Oh,
telling myself was I was a recluse or whatever. But I mean, a lot of that's true because I was very shy back then. But like, I think in my head I just had all of these things that I'd never done that I was just so desperate to go out and do.
yeah.
I'd like I'd never really been to any gigs. Like my parents take me to a music festival, or used to take. I stopped going voluntarily, but like, um, I got dragged to a music festival. My parents are going to be watching this, and I don't care. They know what I think of it. Um, I got dragged to a music festival for years and years and years, and I don't even know where I was going with this point anymore. Sorry.
Well, I that don't worry. I asked you about what made you decide to actually, create a bucket list. And what I wanted to know actually was there a catalyst that made you think, okay, now's the time. I've got to that point where now where I just so badly want to do these things that I'm just going to make a start. Was there something in particular, a particular trigger? Did you get to a certain age, or did you just suddenly feel a little bit more confident than you had done before?
Um, I think it was partly when I went back to therapy. 'Cause I'd been studying
Okay.
like psychology and all the helping professions for a few years, and then I went back to therapy, and I'm not sure if this was the actual starting point, but I said to my therapist about, oh, I've always quite liked the idea of sitting in a cafe on my own and having a coffee. It wasn't like a lifelong dream or anything. It was just like, oh, that sounds like a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And then he talked me through the idea of exposure therapy,
Mm,
just sort of edging towards like sampling something you really want to do a bit at a
mm,
time, particularly if it scares you a lot. And and I think I started off by getting a takeaway coffee, and it was such a scary thing to do. Um, but like just doing that was so inspiring for me. I was just
mm.
like, wow, I can do this. And I think the next step was about 2 weeks later, I was meant to be going to a football match with a load of my friends, and there were a load of train strikes on, and none of them could make it. And so initially, I was just like, this is quite daunting, but I'm going to do this by
Yeah.
myself. And so yeah, I did that, and it was a little bit daunting. I was like sat. I got to the stadium really early because I was an away fan because it was my football team are like 2 hours away, and they occasionally play down where I live, so it was an away day for me, and I was like stood outside the stadium really early because I didn't want to get beaten up by home fans, and and I stood outside on my own, just feeling really kind of didn't really want to talk to any of the other fans because I didn't know what to
Mm,
say to them.
yeah.
But like, and then while I was there, the team bus came and parked outside where I was, which I kind of heard of that happening, but I didn't think it would happen like because I was just in some random corner outside the stadium. But the team bus parked up and like one of my childhood heroes, who was then at the time in charge of the club, he got out and he made eye contact with me, and the whole team walked past me, and I was literally on the verge of tears. Like
Oh,
I was just like, I'm so grateful for this moment.
yeah.
And then I went and watched the game and we won 2-1, thankfully. And then I got on a bus full of home fans, which was incredibly scary. And then I kind of got home. I was just like, I did it. Um,
What
and
did that feel
then
like?
that was amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
Um, and then a few weeks later, I think I finally did the whole go for a coffee on my own thing. Um, and it was kind of like that was meant to be the first thing, and it was like the third or fourth thing by that point. But like I can kind of remember doing it because there's a cafe. It's under new ownership now, but like there was a cafe in the middle of town, and for some reason it was always really quiet. I was like, I'm going to go there.
Mm.
So I went and did it, and then I went up upstairs and sat down with my coffee, and the place was deserted. And I was just like, this is a rip off. I thought this was going to be like testing me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but like I was still really nervous, and I remember messaging my old university mentor, who's still to this day a really close friend of mine,
Mm.
and as I messaged her saying, I've done it. I've done that thing I said I was going to do, and she immediately replied and was just like, just remember your belly breaths.
Belly breath, I love that
Something,
term.
something she always drilled into me when she was mentoring me at uni. And I was just like on such a high. And I actually had a therapy session straight after that. And I told my therapist what I'd just done. And he was just like, this is amazing. Like we
Mm.
talked about this, now you've gone and done it.
Yeah,
And it sort of became an accidental bucket list because then I think it
yeah.
was a few months after that I went to my first ever gig. Um, and we actually because gigs are the one thing that's always terrified me because I don't like the idea of mosh pits, and obviously being
Okay, yeah.
autistic, I absolutely hate crowded places. And I was really nervous beforehand, but like I then found out there was like a quiet, well, not really a quiet because it's still in the gig, but like quiet little upstairs area with like a
Mm.
little bar. And we went up there, and I was immediate, a bit like the coffee thing. I was immediately like, what was I worried about? It wasn't like empty, but there wasn't sort of any hardcore fans going crazy up there. It was just like a
Yeah,
load of people like just chilling. And we grabbed a drink, and I was just like, I literally feel like I'm just watching this on my sofa at home.
yeah.
And I remember saying to myself, because like I needed a few drinks to relax myself because
Mm.
I was trembling, I was that nervous.
Mm.
And I remember having a toilet break just before the artist came on. It was the same artist that I went to see 2 weeks ago, and I gave myself a little pep talk in the toilet, and I just because it was my first ever gig, I literally always wanted to see this guy live. It was a dream come true, um, and I just remember saying to myself, "Go grab another drink, have the time of your life." That was all I said to myself,
Well
and
done. Yeah.
went and grabbed another drink. I don't dance at all, but I do bounce a little bit, um, which
That's
is
a good one line. I don't dance, but I do bounce.
um, yeah. I mean, my feet have taken a bit of a hit for that one because I've got quite flat feet, and bouncing is not good for you because it's given me so many injuries. But like
Mm.
I had a bit of a bounce, and woke up the next morning and just burst into tears because I had all these photos and videos from one of the best nights of my life. I'd always wanted to do that. Because I'm 34 now. I must have been 32 at the time. I was just like, I've got to, in my early 30s, I wanted to do this stuff when I was a teenager, and
Yeah,
I finally done it. And I was just so grateful
yeah,
for like, just for trusting myself and allowing myself to have this time to do all this stuff that I've always wanted to do. And so it did become a bucket list, and I can't remember what else I've done actually, but I just carried on because then I started to make a few more friends. I became very socially confident,
mm.
and that's what kind of led to the book I wrote about making friends. And it's quite lovely in a way because I feel so grateful for having gone on this journey because I was so socially anxious and so kind of reclusive. Like, I mean, even now, I still have a lot of trouble leaving the house. Like, I still get very anxious. I'm still
Yeah.
pacing around beforehand, but like, I'm so grateful that I can have, have what I have now, basically. It's hard to articulate that properly, but
No, you're doing
yeah.
a great job. And I love the word, I love how you keep using the word grateful because not many people would put it in this context,
Hmm.
but you've used it a lot. And I think that just goes to show that just what a good person you are and the fact that you can express that gratitude. And also I love how I love how you think about yourself as well. You're like, well done, thank you to you as well for doing that. And what's the word I'm looking for? You recognize that in yourself when you've done something, and I think that's a really strong quality. You mentioned going back to talking about you were feeling like things had a little bit of a lesser meaning for you right now, and your bucket list essentially is you've ticked it all off. It's gone. You finished your list. Would you consider maybe doing a fresh bucket list? Maybe that's the gap. Maybe that's the missing link. It's like, well, you've done that now, and the reason you're feeling frustrated is because you're looking at it all. You're thinking, what next? Which is what you said, and you think my life is over, but it's not really. You just need a fresh, brand new bucket list with completely new challenges on there.
Um, well, one of my colleagues said the exact same thing to me.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, I mean, yeah, I think I might have already started it to be honest. Just it's again, it's not something I've ever written down. It's just I'm just constantly in this mindset of reevaluating where I am
Yeah.
and just kind of thinking, okay, what can I achieve tomorrow? What can I make happen tomorrow? And yeah, I mean, like, what else to write in my notes? Um, I mean, yeah, just to like touch on the meaning stuff as well, because I know I rambled on for ages in the previous point. Um, like, I think just searching for more meaning and stuff
Yes, you've mentioned that
is
quite a bit. You're looking more for, as you just said, things which you would class as having more meaning. And you talked about things which are more a deeper connection with nature, spending more time with friends. What's the other thing you said? You said I've lost my notes now. Where have they gone? Gosh, it's all blurry. Yeah, I mean, look, you just talked about just really little small things. Drinking herbal tea. I know, obviously, you talked a little bit about not drinking so much alcohol, pulling away from digital devices, good quality sleep. I mean, they're all really great things. And it's interesting how you've sort of put that list together as your list of things that have more meaning. I found that really interesting. What
yeah.
made
I mean,
you
I
delve
think
into that side of things? That's quite holistic, isn't
yes.
it?
Yeah, I think the problem with um like our generation, I know that you're a little bit older than me, but like
Yes, thank you for that.
I said a little bit, I said a little bit.
Don't worry.
But to be fair, I don't actually know what our age gap is. So I was just going with like a
I'll
little.
take a little bit. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
But like from like our standpoint of being like young people, like I think it is hard because we kind of grown up in the real world and then we had technology thrust upon us.
Yes, exactly.
And I
Yeah.
think that's like I mean, for me as a neurodivergent person, I get overstimulated very easily, like mentally and like just I kind of limit the apps I have on my phone and like
Mm.
I can't deal with being bombarded with notifications. Like you go and Google
Yeah.
something on your phone and you get bombarded by shit. At
Yeah.
least I could swear, so I'm just swearing.
Don't worry, it's
Um,
fine.
and like I was thinking earlier, like honestly, if I got kidnapped, like I think they get answers out of me quite easily because like all you really have to do is just show me a smartphone full of notifications. Just like I'll tell you whatever you want. Just get that phone away from me.
That's interesting, isn't it? And that's what you would clarify or quantify whether it was noise, because you said that
Yes.
yeah, you just well, how does it show up for you when you feel overstimulated? Is it because I'm guessing it's like an uncomfortable feeling? Is it different for you being neurodivergent?
I mean, obviously, I can't compare with neurotypical, but
Sure.
from what I see with, I work with a lot of neurotypical people, and there are areas of my job where, I mean, I've been very open about the fact that I get overstimulated and a bit overwhelmed sometimes. And then I notice my neurotypical colleagues just not reacting at all.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I don't really know how to describe how I feel. It's just, I
Mm,
kind of get, my head feels very fuzzy and I just really struggle
mm,
to process what's going on. And I mean, to be fair, I can't even look at screens for very long. Like, I look at my
yeah.
phone for a few minutes and I'm just like, oh, I need to put that down for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
is it, you mentioned notifications. Do you also feel that way when you're, for example, trying to search for something and then you go online, whether you Google it or let's take Instagram, which is a minefield for all of us. Do you feel that when you're just bombarded with like different information, different opinions and then you're not sure which is right, which is misinformation, who's saying what and contradiction. Yeah, same. That I get that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to touch on the amount of division in the world, really, because that's an entirely separate
True.
conversation. But I
We'll
mean, you
save
go
that
on,
one for the next chat.
I mean, you go on. I mean, Instagram is the perfect example because I really like Instagram. But like, also, you scroll down a bit. There's just so much. There's political stuff.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know. There's models posting photos of themselves. Ugh, just like.
Yeah,
There's rich people flaunting their fancy
yeah,
cars. I don't really scroll to be honest. I look at like two posts and then I go and do whatever I was going to do,
yeah.
which I think is
That's
the
a
right
good
way to do
point.
it.
Yeah,
Um,
same. Just I always say dip in and dip out. Don't hang about too long. Do you tend to something I've started doing is unfollowing accounts that don't make me feel good or that make me feel in any way that I don't want to feel. And I find that that helps a lot. And also following accounts that inspire me and that make me want to do better, not accounts that make me feel worse about myself.
hmm.
That's a good trick as well. Although you can't always avoid Instagram adverts, but
Ugh, yeah.
yeah, I can relate to you feeling overstimulated. That's for sure.
But I mean, as well as that, it's just like, I mean, again, from a neurodivergent point of view, it's just like I feel so much pressure to have loads of followers because I mean,
Okay.
because I've got a professional account and a personal account,
Hmm.
and I mean, they've actually got a very similar amount of followers, to be honest, um. But like, I just, if I meet somebody, like if I get to know somebody in my job or whatever, I'm just like, how long, how long before we kind of connect online? It's like, there's all this pressure to be like, because I want to enjoy knowing them as a person before we
Okay.
then, before I then see the other side of them, because everyone's different online.
Yes, of
And
course.
like, it's just like, it's always like watching everyone's stories as well, because you've got so many stories and posts to go through. And it's just like, how, they've already got so many hours in the day. So then I'm watching loads of stories and I'm just like, I'm not really absorbing most of it. And
Mm.
then it's the same when I post stuff. It's just like people probably aren't even like absorbing what I'm writing. So to an extent, it's just like, why are we bothering? And it's just a bit exhausting.
See, Matt, no, especially with somebody like yourself, I think even if you reach one or two people, I mean, I've certainly
Oh
been
yeah,
moved by
yeah.
your writing. That's worth doing. I mean, you could change how somebody similar to yourself is feeling about their life just by one post. So it's always worth doing it, especially when you're doing something to help, which is what you're doing, and you're coming at it from lived experience. You know, you're as you said earlier on, you know, you're constantly looking to improve. You're very self-aware. You've overcome incredible challenges. So I would never feel that way if I were you. I think definitely carry on posting. And if you can, focus more on quality over quantity. And what I mean by that is don't worry about the followers. Your
Yeah.
writing's great, and that is way more important than how many followers you've got.
That's good to hear. Glowing feedback. I like it.
Yes, exactly. Take it. You deserve it. I love actually on the note of glowing, I love how you finished your post after obviously you talked a lot about looking for more meaningful things in your life and the whole being a little bit overwhelmed. You said, but there's still magic out there, which I thought was really beautiful. And I wanted to ask you, what's magic for you?
Um, I mean, I think that's a really lovely thing to kind of think about and talk about, really, because I think with that particular post, I remember going for an evening walk when I was formulating that. I put a weird amount of time into my posts generally, but like I remember going for an evening walk and like the sun was setting as I was coming back, and I was trying my hardest not to be the millennial who takes photos of everything. But as I was coming back, the whole sky was like completely like orangey
Oh,
yellow,
beautiful.
and I was just like, that is so lovely. And yeah, I did take a photo because I posted it on LinkedIn, but I was just like, okay, my kind of approach to that kind of thing is take a quick photo and then just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice because things like magic now is just going back to old school basics. There's even things
Mm.
like, because we've all got like some kind of streaming service like Netflix or iPlayer or anything like that. And remember in the old days when you used to just watch a show on like a Sunday evening and then you'd have to
I
wait a
do.
whole week.
Yes.
And these days you can just binge things. And I just think, well, just like be disciplined about things. And because my limit with Netflix, so I'll watch like maybe 3 episodes and then I start to
Mm.
zone out after that anyway. But like, watch 3 episodes and then just think, nope, I'm not watching another one today. And then go and do something else. And then I think
Yeah.
just like keeping hold of that, because one thing I wrote in my notes was delayed gratification. Because I think delayed
Mm.
gratification is, it's pretty old school, but it's like something that like our parents' generation, that would have been part of their normal life.
Yeah,
Whereas
they
for
knew
us,
how to wait. Yes.
yeah, I mean, for us, we have to learn it as a skill.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just the world we're living in now.
You are absolutely right. I was talking to a teacher actually only last week, and she said that she's noticed how her pupils have got no patience whatsoever. Their attention span is so short. And she's actually been advising their parents to not let them binge watch, give them like an episode of whatever their favorite series is, one a week, to so that they learn that behavior of I need to wait for the next thing. I'm not going to get it all now, which is similar to what you were just saying. And you're absolutely right. And you imagine if that's all you've ever known. I mean, I'm massively grateful for the fact that I knew a world that we didn't even have mobile phones, didn't have the internet. I didn't grow up with that pressure of how many followers do I have, and everything has to be, recorded and who's taken a picture of me, where's my photo. I didn't have that pressure. So I've seen sort of the change in the world. So yeah, as you said, we've definitely with scroll, with the whole ability to just scroll and absorb information so quickly and short videos and things like that, we are, without even realizing it, very rapidly losing our ability to just wait, and our attention span is getting short. Yeah, yeah. But the fact you're aware of it is great because it means that you can do something about it. You can put in steps to make sure it doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, like, I try and be as real worldy. I'm going to invent that term now.
I like that. Yeah.
I try and be as real worldy as I can. Just like, although, because I'm autistic, but there's also a very heavy hint of ADHD there. Like, my attention span is dreadful.
Mm.
I try and read physical books, and I can only really do about 30 pages at a time before my brain explodes. But like, I do try
That's still
and
good. That's
like,
good. 30
yeah,
pages.
yeah. I mean, about an hour or so, so it's pretty good. I mean, I
Mm.
try and 'cause although I do have a lot of books on my phone, which I mainly use them for like reading on the commute and things like that.
Mm. Yeah.
But like when I'm at home, I will read a physical book, and there's a beauty to that because the physical turning of the pages
Yes.
and just that feeling of just the escapism of just like you don't have to worry about a notification coming in at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
And even though I still get like every now and then, I'll be like, I might just tap my phone and see if I've got any notifications. I think, I mean, we're all human, like, but like I do my best to like just to just get involved with the book and then just enjoy it and just like enjoy being in that moment and just like because I've got a very social job and just like whenever I have conversations with new people and I click with someone. I always just love that moment where you're just really in the zone and you're just kind of thinking, I really enjoyed that conversation. And like maybe you share a joke with somebody and it's just like, we're not doing that anymore. I mean, that's like I love to rant about that kind of stuff, but like I mean, we're just not doing that stuff anymore. Like if you share a joke with somebody and you both just totally belly laugh,
You really
um,
get it. Yeah.
and it's just such a beautiful moment. Um,
Yeah.
and and yeah, I mean, another thing I try to do is just to enjoy things like my morning coffee. And even though
Mm.
I always fail to do that because I'm always like getting ready for work or whatever, and I'm in a bit of a rush and stuff, but like just to enjoy one of the sips. If nothing else, just enjoy a couple of sips and just savor that taste. Um, but I guess that's where my search for meaning comes from. It's just like
Mm,
just trying to think, okay, let's just. I did experience the real world years ago, and I just want to bring back as many of those little moments as I can, because I mean, we're all gonna get caught up in checking our phones and rushing off somewhere
mm.
and stuff. So just have spare a couple of minutes each day just to maybe read a physical book or just drink coffee and just have a conversation with somebody and just like don't look at your phone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, literally be present.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
be present in that moment. Oh, Matt, it's been such a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. I'm chuffed to bits that we did this. Definitely want to do another one. If you're up for it.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, really. There's so much I want to ask you. We can d d delve into your many other posts. So I'm going to link your Substack because I think it's great.
Thank you.
So people that will watch this video can check out your writing. And yeah, and I will catch up with you super soon. You're not working tomorrow, so enjoy your evening and chill out.
Yeah, thank you. That was really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it was. All right. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.